Hi friends, it's Dr. Vicky here. So June is scoliosis month, and chiropractic and scoliosis are a powerful combination. Before we start going into that, I'd like to just share with you the importance of having healthy curves in your spine and how people start losing their curves. So let's start with the spine. This is a healthy spine. You can see it's got like a great neck curve right here. This is the front, this is the back, and then the thoracic curve is in the middle back, and then the lumbar curve is in the low back. So what goes wrong with curves? From the time we're born like born into like a little ball. Babies have just one curve. They have just the thoracic curve. As the baby develops, they should be laying on their belly a lot, because that's when they develop their secondary curves, which is the cervical curve and the lumbar curve. The reason these curves are so important is because these discs are what opens up the hole here where the nerve comes through. And in order for the curve, for the hole to be open, we need those curves. Once we lose those curves, then the holes start to be compressed. And that's the beginning of degeneration of the spine. So remember, we want to start our babies on tummy time quite early when they can start moving around, because we want them to lift their head and develop their secondary curves, their cervical and their lumbar curves. And then we have to maintain those curves. Any kind of trauma to the body will start to deplete our body's curves, and that's our body trying to protect itself. So you can see here, this is a healthy spine and the discs are nice and thick, but as soon as there's an injury, and it could even be a repetitive injury like poor posture, the curves this area starts to break down and degenerate. And the first thing that happens is the curves start to go away. So once those curves go away, the disc starts to thin and degeneration starts to set in. And this is a little bit more of an advanced generation, and here it's complete fusion. Having healthy curves prevents degeneration, and chiropractic is the best way to have healthy curves, because we're restoring the motion in the joint, releasing that tension, and allowing the spine to go back into the curves where it's meant to be. But I can't stress enough that these babies need to go into tummy time. As you know, a lot of parents skip that, and the crawling is really important as well. The crawling phase is really important. So what happens if you're getting older and you're starting to lose your curves, or even these poor kids with the forward head posture and the text necks? I see it more and more as they're getting older. They're getting younger and younger and having worse and worse posture because we're looking down all the time. So it's important. Good posture is important. Chiropractic really helps with posture, helps keep everything in alignment, and helps preserve those curves. But we also have to do a little extra work if it's gotten past the point of just being able to stand well. And I have a couple of products that I offer in my office to help you maintain and get back or rehab that curve. So let me just show you a couple of the things that we offer. We have this kit that we put together. The whole kit's not expensive. It's only $25, but in here we got the neck stretcher, which helps bring the curve back. And you're going to do this 100 times a day. It sounds like a lot, but it actually feels really good. And this was made specifically for me. You can't get these on the internet. And then we have this little lumbar roll, which if you're sitting a lot, or your child is, they can put this behind their spine when they're sitting, and it'll help improve that lumbar curve. And it's amazing what a difference this makes. But you want to use it 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off if you're sitting for long periods. It really feels great. This kit also has a calf stretcher, and I have videos on this, and you can scroll down to my YouTube videos. But basically with this, you're just putting it on the floor, and you're bending your knee, and you're stretching your calf and your foot. And this also will help with the curve, because when legs are really tight, it will cause our back to get really tight, and it will affect everything from the floor up. So all these things are powerful healers. I want to show you this quickly. This just shows the different phases of degeneration. The neck, again, we need these. This is a healthy neck, a healthy x-ray. You can see the nice curve. Phase 1 is when there's a trauma and the person wasn't never checked by a chiropractor, and it started to break down and degenerate. And you can see the curve is now gone and starting to even reverse in the neck. If that's left uncorrected, there's going to be a lot more degeneration. It's going to come quick. You may not even feel pain, but know that this needs to be corrected, and chiropractic is the first thing you want to do, and you also want to do exercises and stretches. I just got this great product and I'm so excited to share it with you. I've been using it, and now I have one that's lasted 15 years, and I actually share it with my practice members. So this has gotten a lot of use. So these things, this is what it looks like. It's called the Neck Pump by Posture Pump. This is the professional model, and I'm selling these in my office right now. And it's one of the best investments you can make to help open up the curve, do some traction. If you're having pain down your arms, into your hands, carpal tunnel, shoulder problems, or just a lot of tension in your neck and trap spasm, this is what you want along with chiropractic, because this is something you can do at home every day and it feels really good, and you need to do it because it's going to be a game changer for you. It literally can open up the discs and even pull them slightly back into place, okay? Because when you stretch it, the suction of it will pull it back into place. And I'm going to actually demo it in a minute. But before I do, I just want to talk about children, because children need help right now more than ever. And chiropractic is the smartest thing you can do for your kids. Scoliosis has two different causes. There's one that's called idiopathic, which means we're not really sure why they have it. And then a lot of times they're called idiopathic when that's not really true. There might have been a trauma in your child. It could have even been in birth. It could have even been in vitro when the baby was growing in you, where the baby was in a twisted position, but it might not show up until the baby is older, and even in their their preteens is usually when they'll do the scoliosis test in school. But I am offering complimentary scoliosis screenings all this month if you want to bring your kid in. And even if they're done growing, it's a really smart thing to get checked, because as the person's getting older and with all these postural issues with people hunching over constantly, the scoliosis will get worse, and the cervical curve is going to get more and more diminished. And there's something called kyphosis. That's when the spine, you get hunched over. It's like a hunchback. And I see young children with kyphosis. Now, this is not good, people. And even the lumbar curve. We need a good curve for the disc to be in place. So this is, as a child, starting chiropractic is the smartest thing to do. Have your kids checked. I'd be happy to do it. Just call the office and we will we'll do a complimentary screening this month. So I'm going to bring you in the other room and I'm going to demonstrate how to use this posture pump. So come along with me. Okay, you might want to stand there. All right, so this is what it looks like. It doesn't look like a lot, but man, is this a fantastic product. And I've actually upgraded it, made it less complicated, but more efficient with less moving pieces, so less chance of it to break. So I'm gonna lay on my table and get ready for this amazing posture pump. First, I push the button to deflate. So there's a bladder right here, and that's what's pushing your neck into the curve, because we need a good curve in our neck. So if you have headaches, if you have TMJ problems, vision, hearing, chronic sinus infections, ear problems, ear infections, all this stuff can be due to neck issues, and this is a game changer. So basically, I'm gonna put this on my head and make sure I'm in the center. I'm messing up my hair right now. And this goes like this. So I just put the Velcro on. Hello. I know, I feel like I'm getting ready for some, I don't know, crazy warrior thing, but so now this is on. I'm gonna squeeze the bladder and I'm feeling my neck going into a curve and it feels really good. I'm gonna hold this curve or this pressure for 10 seconds. So I'm gonna count slowly for 10 and then I'm gonna push the button and deflate it. This also gets the cerebral spinal fluid flowing. I have to make it a little tighter, which helps, wait a minute, it's sliding off my hair. It helps just, you know, fluid going into the brain, which we need. So again, squeezing, holding it for 10 seconds. It feels so good. And then I release it. And I do this 10 times. So if you've ever been in a car accident, if you've had whiplash injuries, I guarantee you have spinal curve decrease, and that can really take you down. It causes the nerves to be compressed that go down the arms and into the hands, the nerves that go into the brain. It can even affect your thyroid. So that's all it is. It seems very simple, and it really is very simple, but it's a great design. It's very durable and it's very effective. So that's it. We have them in stock right now. We just got them. They're $150. Trust me, it sounds like a lot of money. It's a great value. It could make it's a game changer for your neck and for your health. Remember, your brain and your spinal cord run through your spine and your neck, and we need to take good care of our brain and our spinal cord. All right, so this is one way to do it, and I highly recommend getting chiropractic with it because we want to make sure there's good motion and that everything's in place when you start stretching your neck out. Thank you so much. I hope I helped to if you have any of these problems, to help shed some light on it. If you have children, to hopefully have them checked. And thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.